everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is b.eeana and I'm a first-year medical student at a DO school. So, do you guys notice anything different about me? I got a haircut. I did. And you know what? It wasn't supposed to be this short. I was only supposed to trim off like 2 inches, but my mom got a little scissor happy. She got a little scissor happy and she cut off 6 inches when I asked for her to cut off 2. So what's going on here? I mean, my long hair, it wasn't cute. It was long, but it was like dead, dry ends, split ends, disgusting long. So it was time to trim off the ends. I was hoping she would only trim off 2 inches, but she decided to cut off half my hair. So it is what it is. Anyway, it's Tuesday at this point, and I have a patient encounter in about an hour. This week is honestly a pretty light week because since we had finals last week, my school designates the week after finals to be a cap week. So in case you fail anything, this is your week to go in and redo all of the exams that you failed. Luckily for me, I didn't fail anything, so I don't have to do that. So this week is pretty light for me, except for the anatomy questions that I need to redo since I got some of those wrong, because technically I got like a C on that final, so I have to redo those. That should be pretty straightforward. And then on Thursday, I have a full day on campus, and don't ask me why, because I don't even know the answer. On Thursday, we're gonna go in and review all of the stuff that we were tested on last week to make sure we know it, even though I like spent all of last week studying for the final, so I feel like I should know it by now, and if I mess it up on the final, then I know I messed it up on the final by now, and I'm like, yeah, I was supposed to do that. So I don't know, I don't really feel like this week's class time is the most useful, but we have to do it. So I'm gonna be in class on Thursday, and then on Friday I'm going snowboarding with my friends, which is very exciting. And the next week I have spring break, so this week is gonna be pretty low-key. It's a nice break. I'm gonna need it, and I will check in with you guys afterwards because I have a lot of things that I want to say about my grades because I've been reflecting a little bit and I've been feeling kind of sad and disappointed, but we'll get into that later after I see my patient. Okay? So the patient encounter went really well, but I can't tell you guys the specifics because there are a few people from my school who watch my vlogs, and since they're not in my group, they didn't get to see the patient today. They see them at a later time, so if I tell you the specifics, then they're gonna know what the patient came in for, and they're not supposed to know ahead of time, so I can't tell you anything about it, but it went well. I learned a lot today. I found today's standardized patient encounter to be really useful. I will say another thing that I should have done that I didn't do was make small talk in the beginning when I was washing my hand, and I think the reason I don't do that is because I find small talk to be kind of awkward and dumb, but in this case, I could totally see why it lessens the awkwardness and actually helps to build rapport, so I need to do that next time. I need to be better about doing that. And also, there was one point where it was awkward silence again because I finished with like 4 minutes to spare, even though I tried to slow down my talking. Apparently, I was still talking really fast, then we finished really early. And then, like, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to give my patient a plan, so I did. And then I did something I wasn't supposed to do, which, one, it doesn't really matter because it wasn't a real patient, it's just for practice, and now I know to never do that. But basically, I increased one of my patient's prescriptions, and then I found out later on that you don't want to do that because increasing the frequency of the prescription can increase your risk of getting a certain side effect, so shouldn't have done that. But anyway, I'm gonna go fold some laundry now, and then I'll catch up with you guys later when I talk about the whole grading shenanigans. Ooh, not me crying about grades, am I right? I just got all of my grades back, so let's talk about them. Okay, so now that I've collected myself and I've stopped crying over stupid things like grades, let's talk about how I'm feeling. So if you guys saw my vlog last week, then you would have known that I was super stressed, super overwhelmed, beyond exhausted, oversaturated with information, and I was just stretched very, very thin, and I got to the point where all I wanted to do was pass. I was so tired, and I was over it, and all I wanted to do was pass because at that moment, I felt like I had tried my very best, and I accepted that it's possible that my very best was just gonna be passing. It wasn't gonna be an A, it was just gonna be passing, and I was okay with that. And then I found out I did pass everything, and initially I was so happy, I was so excited because, like I said, I was so tired at that point that the only thing I was worried about was failing something and needing to retake an exam. So just knowing that I passed was more than enough for me to feel relieved. But now I am past the point of exhaustion and oversaturation, and I'm back at my baseline, which means I have time to let my thoughts fester in my head, and they're a little bit invasive, not gonna lie. I am disappointed about my grades. So I think you guys can relate. If you're just beyond stressed and beyond tired, you come to a point where you just accept that maybe the best you can do is pass, and then all you want to do is pass. And that's fine. That's what I wanted. But now I'm looking at my grades and I'm wondering, well, if I had just studied a little bit harder, or if I had sacrificed a little bit more sleep, maybe if I had just tried a little bit harder, even though I think I tried my best. I don't think I could have gone any harder, but that's not the point. If I had just done a little bit more, would I have scored better? I'm disappointed because I feel like I should have scored better, even though I'm happy that I passed. In reality, passing is not enough for me. I know I say it all the time, I just want to pass, but no, I don't just want to pass. I want to get an A. I do. And that's not for everything. You know, for example, for anatomy, I know I suck at it. I've come to terms with the fact that I'll probably never be good at anatomy. And guess what? I walked out of that exam thinking that I failed it. So when I got an email saying that I passed it, I was ecstatic, okay? I was ecstatic. But for one particular exam, the one that's actually making me sad, my clinical skills assessment, I walked out of that room thinking I did really, really, really well. And then I got my score report today, and well, I didn't. I still passed everything, but not to the standards that I held myself to. And every single block, the clinical skills assessment is the one that I consistently do the best on. I ace every part of that thing, and it feels really good because I worked really hard on it, and I know that I'm good at it. But then I got my score report this time around, and there were not a lot of A's on there. There were a lot of like low passing grades on there. And it just made me sad because I walked out of that room feeling super confident, and now I'm thinking, well, I shouldn't have because you're actually kind of an idiot. I have no idea what I did wrong, so I don't know. I know that the things I messed up were definitely minor things, but that's another story. I told you guys in my last video that I can't stand the grading system here at this school because one little mistake that I make gets the same grade that that person who made a huge mistake got, so that's beyond the point. Anyway, I'm sad about my grade and I'm disappointed, and I know that I shouldn't be because guess what? A few years from now when I'm actually a doctor, no patient is actually going to care what my grade was. They're not going to ask me what I scored on my CSA, okay? They're literally not going to care. And I know that my self-worth is not correlated to my grades, even though deep down I do correlate my self-worth with my grades. I know that's not really how it works. And I know that my prior clinical experience has really, really molded me to be pretty prepared to become a physician. At least I would hope so. I think I know how to talk to patients. I know how to be empathetic and compassionate and patient. And I just, like, I feel confident in my skills, even though my exam grades kind of make me feel like I shouldn't be. And I'm trying to not let intrusive thoughts in my head right now because I just washed them all out and I don't want to cry again. But I think I'm just disappointed because I'm not who I wish I was. I'm not on the level that I wish I was. So now I'm sad about it. And I feel like even though in reality my grades are fine, I'm doing well. I know there are people who are doing worse than me. I know there are people who are doing better than me. And I am honestly, I'm doing fine. But to my personal standards, I feel like I'm failing. And I know that sounds wicked dramatic, but hi, hello, my name is b.eeana and I'm super self-deprecating and I have unrealistic expectations of myself. Anyway, was there a point to any of this? I don't know. I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm sad about my grade because I wish I did better, and I didn't because I'm stupid. I think that's all I wanted to talk about, and I think if I keep talking, I'm gonna cry. So, you know what? We're just gonna close the video here because I'm sad and I'm over it and I don't want to think about it anymore. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. I almost made it a whole block without crying, but here I am crying. Well, not here, but earlier. You know what I mean. Bye!